Friday night, time for crafts and pure delight. Paper, scissors, let's get started. With vintage tape, we'll be wholehearted. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Glue sticks ready, let's make a plan. Planners in the office, supplies in hand. Honey half-season whimsy arrows, crafting magic like true heroes. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Let's create a scene. Join the club where we live our dreams. So grab your scissors and come along. Together we'll craft and sing our song. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Slip into jammies, grab something to sip. Stickers and golden scissors, let's take a crafty trip. The playbook's open with listers got a list. In this crafty paradise, our dreams coexist. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Cards and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scraps your cards, help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty Show? Cards and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scratch your cards, help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty Show? It's all for you. It's all for you.
Hello, and welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club. Happy Friday. Welcome to the back of my RV, my little craft studio. You may notice I am not wearing my Late Night Crafty Club ears because I have an important message. I hope that you noticed, as I noticed one person did, that the video that you just saw may have been full of clues, as my little hat is a clue. There's clues all around. And so I decided to be in the spirit of that and tonight's announcement. And so I decided to wear something else. So hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so happy to see your little faces. It's good to see you. We have a new setup tonight. So hopefully we will be able to proceed with tonight's show without having all of the constant like dropped frames and what is that? the little spinning circle and all the things, that normally plague our show and make it super fun. You know how you have to, exit the chat room and come back in, or exit the YouTube app and come back in, all that fun stuff. Good times, good times. So hello, welcome everyone. It's so good to see everybody. So hi, Miss Bethany. I'm starting at the top of the chat room. I should probably tell you that. Hi, Miss Bethany. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Victoria. Hello, Miss Robin. Hello, Denise. Hello, Rebecca. Hi, Edie. Hi, Charmaine. Charmaine, you are the one in the clubhouse. It's good to see your little face in the chat room here in the live the Late Night Crafty Club. And you're from Philly. Hi, Miss Terry. Okay, let me see. Before I'm gonna check my notes here, because I may have written down your name, and if I did, no, I didn't. Shalazar. And an Aussie. Hello and good morning to you in Australia. Hi, Lee. Hello, hello. Hello, Miss Shelley. Hello, Miss Julie Ann. Hi, Bryn. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Miss Flor. Hi, Diana. Hi, Penny. Hello, Miss Deb. Hi, Larry. Hi, Shelley K. Yes, I added, Larry said, I didn't know you were doing a live. This is a bonus live. It is a bonus Late Night Crafty Club I decided to add. So we will also, we have 2 Late Night Crafty Clubs in March, the 14th and the 28th. And I decided to throw one in for the very, very last little day in February. So hi, Miss Shelley K. Hi, Chris. Hi, Miss Kelly Anderson. Hello, Miss Paula. Hi, Janice. Hello, Heather. Hello, Patricia. Agreed, Miss Shelley K. That's an excellent suggestion. Hello, Miss Jennifer. Miss Kelly is the one who noticed the little clues. Hi, Melissa. Hello, Justine. Hello, and hello, Miss Sharon Sullivan. Hi, Miss Bonnie down there in Dallas. Hello. Yes, Debbie is here for a real-time live. Hello, Miss Robin. Robin, I said hi to you. You noticed too. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Thanks, Bonnie. True. Charmaine says she's new and she's not afraid to admit she doesn't know what she's doing. Everybody say hi to Charmaine. She is new to the Late Night Crafty Club, as well as our clubhouse, which she joined a few weeks ago. But please say hi to Charmaine, because we should all welcome our new members to the club, the Late Night Crafty Club. So give a warm welcome to Miss Charmaine. Hello to, right, Melanie McFarland? She says, ooh, I love a good Easter egg. Remember Camp Wannacraft with its many Easter eggs? Wasn't that fun? Hi, Miss Gail. Hi, Julie Stanley. Hi, Jennifer Gober. Hi, Diane. Hello, Miss Ray. Hello, Miss Glitter and Duct Tape. I don't have a name for you, so if you want to share that with me, and I will write it down, and then I'll have it in here. Let's see here. Hi, Miss Starla. Hi, Kathy Dotson. Hi, Brucine. Hi, Susan Lloyd. Deb. I was close though. So close. Just Deb. Just Deb. See, I do want to keep it. I do want to keep your names in here so I can address you by your proper name. Hi, Marie. And hello to Annabelle. Hello. Susan said she never once found an Easter egg. I didn't make it easy. I certainly didn't make it like right there in the middle of camp. Or did I? I don't know. Also, I don't know. Mark put something very special in that video, something that you also had to hunt for in Camp Reset 2022. I think it was our camp of 2022, something you had to hunt for every week. We hid something in the map. Does anybody remember what you had to hunt for? It was something very specific, and I'll give you a hint. You had to hunt for her every time. He hid one of those. So that little video is full of little fun things. So let's see. Hi, Miss Misty. And Melissa says she found several of them and she still has them. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Crystal, for outing yourself. Glitter and duct tape. There you go. So I will glitter and duct tape. I will add you to my book, and then I will have you in here. And also I want to say hello to my sweet cousin, Cori. She may be sitting here making her resin jewelry, but mwah, I'm so happy that you're here. And yes, there you go. There's Miss Kelly Anderson, Susan, Lee, Marie. Yes, you are all correct. It was Shelly, our sweet little snail. That was fun hiding her in camp. So yes, she also has been hidden in the video as well. So everyone say hi to my cousin Cori. I'm outing her too. Okay. Are we ready to play? Are we ready to get going? I'm ready. I am not feeling on the top of my game tonight. I'm rallying because I just sent out all those emails telling you guys, hey, we're going to play tonight. So I couldn't undo it. So I did, I'm going to rally. I'm going to do my best, but I don't know how far I'll get, but I have fun. I do have announcements to make. Announcements. Okay. So, tonight is the night before a new month. So I have things to share with you, things to show you. And then we're going to do our crafty stuff. Of course, you are free to jump into your crafty stuff. So at the Late Night Crafty Club, and Charmaine is new, so I'll use you as my example of like, what do we do here? So our Late Night Crafty Club time is a time for you to craft while I'm crafting. I'm going to talk first. So usually I usually try to produce some kind of craft product that you can craft along with me. In this case, I have like brand new activity pages, yay, that are available in the store. So this would be an example of something you could do. You could also choose any project that you wish that you're already working on. You could also choose one of the other type of activities that I have introduced on my channel, like the little index cards project, the little pocket pages that I do. So I have little projects that I have been pretty consistent in doing and have videos about. And then I'm going to be doing Dress the Honey. So if you sign up for our newsletter, the Clip and Snip, I almost want to say Clip and Sip. So close. It's so close. And it would still be accurate. But the Clip and Snip, which is the official newsletter for the Late Night Crafty Club. Okay. So it is the same newsletter. I just fancied it. I leveled it up is what I did. Isn't that so cute? It's so stinking cute. So I just gave it a makeover. And so if you sign up because you weren't on the newsletter list, it does come with benefits. So once a month, usually at the end of the month, I do release a special printable of some kind. And the last printable I just released looks like this. It is a honey. So if you sign up, even though you missed that mailing, you can still get her. And so you can practice your honey dressing skills. So I'm going to show you the honeys that I've made because I have actually done a few. So these lovely girls, these are from the activity pages. I did these. So I'm going to show you how I dress the girls. But that is one of the freebies from that newsletter. And if you missed it, I delivered it to everybody on that newsletter list. You can get it by signing up. And it comes with benefits. Like reminders, but before the day before a Late Night Crafty Club, I send you a reminder that we're having one. I might send out discount codes. I give you behind the scenes. Yeah, so it's for all the cool crafty kids. Sign up for their newsletters. So there's that. So anyway, that's what we do here. We do bring something to sip. We normally show up in our pajamas. If you are not in the crafty mood because it was a long week, I encourage you to do some self-care time. So that's soaking your little feet, doing a little manicure. I do my manicure on Friday usually so that my nails don't look horrific on camera. So I did mine this morning. So they look pretty nice right now. So I encourage that. You could do a little self-care, do a little skincare mask. So that's what we do here. And so yeah, that's what I encourage you to do. So let me see here. I'm just going to flip through these really quick. I'm really quick. I'm going to share with you. I did send out the TRG newsletter. There's 2 newsletters in my universe. One of them is the big TRG newsletter, and that has its own freebie. And then I have the Clip and Snip newsletter. And in today's TRG newsletter, I sent these out and I announced to the world that I have these available with links, but you can just go directly to the store if you want to, if you're not currently in our membership. So Bethany says she is printing her activity sheets as we speak, as I speak. All right. So hi, Sherry Davis. I'm glad you're here. Hello, Miss Lacey in Nova Scotia. And make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. Let's look down on my desk really quick. Hi, Dawn, up there in Canada. I'm glad to see your little face. Okay, so here's the Cozy Craftivity Journal for March. This month, we're focused on creative growth, growing our creativity. So all of the content and activities, and I have my pages. Okay, hang on a second. I should have tested this. Okay. So the content in the clubhouse, the content in our journal is all focused on encouraging you to grow now, to plant your little creative seeds and start encouraging your creativity grow, because it is that time of the year. So we have a prepare to grow message. Yay. And then we have your little creative roadmap. And basically this is about the roadmap of the journal, like how to kind of like navigate it in terms of the content, and very quickly, here's the overlay of the journal so that you understand what is the content about, what are we doing. So here it is, really quick snapshot. Here's your monthly essentials. If you have no time this month, if it's just a super busy month, if you actually just focus on these 3 things for the month, here's 3 fun activities that will help you create, build habits, and nurture yourself. So here's 3 fun little activities that would help you get something out of your journal content, even if you can't do anything else. So I made a 1 sheet in here for all the busy ladies, because I know so many of you that are, just not able to plug in. So here was something I thought of for you that would help you feel like you got something out of your journal. So here's a quick little calendar. Here is your gentle goals dashboard. Gentle goals. Little baby step, doable goals that you're setting for yourselves, because we are not going to be hard on ourselves with our goals. Gentle goals, so that we stay engaged and willing to continue on all throughout the year. You have a little habit tracker, and then you have a self-care bingo, all new prompts. You get 2 points if you declutter 1 drawer in your house that would give you peace. You get 8 points if you complete those monthly essentials I just showed you. You get 4 points for starting a quiet time practice. So these are all points based, and then you give yourself a score at the end of the month. Sometimes we need a little motivation. Here's your self-care journal. Here is a creative growth journaling corner. These are all little prompts for you to answer. 30 days of tiny steps forward, little things that you've done for 30 days that have helped move your creativity forward that you can record. Your word for the year. Don't forget that word. Just because you said it in January, set it and forget it. We want to keep working with our word. So every single month, I provide a spread of helping you cultivate your word for the year in different areas of your life, and how did it show up, and how did you keep helping your word flourish in your life. So I thought that was really fun. I love this so much. I love this page so much. I love this whole spread. Yum, yum, yum. So I just thought this was the sweetest little quote. I think that's awesome that Lucille Ball is credited with this. How perfect. And of course, this was my favorite episode, as I'm sure it's a favorite for a lot of you. So I added her to it. I'm sure I'm breaking all kinds of rules by doing that, but there you go. So here is a little mood board for creative growth. It's lovely. Here is our model for the month. That is who you'll see everywhere, is that lovely girl. Here is your March idea bank. I'm giving you prompts and ideas for how to get the most out of this month, in whether it's weather and the mood. Here's how you can spark your creativity, seasonal activities, materials that you can explore from a in your creative stash that work with this particular month. And this is how you can plug into the Clubhouse. These will be prompts in the Clubhouse as of tomorrow. They're not ready today, but they'll be there tomorrow. And then here's the Creative Growth Challenge. I am so stoked for this particular one. These are all little mini goals, and I love these so much. I was really happy about this. Here's your new photo challenge. Here is a memory keeper for March. And then here is your March wrap up, where you can do a little bit of scrapbooking and art journaling, or however you want to do that. So that is your Craftivity journal. If you are in the Clubhouse at the Explorer level, this is included in your membership, which means that you're only paying $5 extra to be in the Clubhouse, because this is included, for which is normally $10 in our store. This is a $5 upcharge, and it is almost as big as this one. So you're getting this at half the cost of that, and it is good times. Look how cute that is. Her little she shed. So I love this so much. I just want to go in here and like create all the things. So it's, this girl is in her little creative she shed. I just love this. So in this activity pages, you get inspiration boards to build. Here's your little prompt up here, and you get a whole spread to do. This one is creative inspiration. So make a board that is all about whatever inspires you. And then we have art journaling pages, with each of them have their own prompts. And art journaling is it's so subjective. Is that the right word? A creative growth word search. I think there's about 80 terms here. 80-ish. 120. He thinks. We're not very accurate here on the speaker in the speaker household, so it's an ish. 120-ish. I did create the word scramble this time, and it's all based on memory keeping items. So I can't tell you what any of the things are, because then you'll be able to guess them. But there is an answer key. I did create an answer key. The last time there was a word scramble, I got it from somebody else. It was a template that I got. So I created this one. Okay. And I created it with you guys in mind, because I know we all love our stationery and our stuff. So that's what all these are from. And there is an answer key in the back. Small space creating, little tiny squares to do little tiny little works of art. You can put quotes in here, practice your lettering. Small space creating is so fun to me. Kelly Anderson has actually led a couple of the crafting sessions in the Clubhouse before, and she just focused on this. So it's so fun, and it can be like far less intimidating the smaller your canvas is, because you're just focused on a little small square. And you can use it for gratitude if you want to, recording gratitude. So here's one of our Dress the Honeys. This is one of our lovely girls. So she's in here today. And then this lovely girl. So we've got 2 honeys in here. And then we have a bunch of lovely, easy coloring pages. So we have a little home, and then you go into the home, and there's a lovely little desk. What's on the desk, you ask? And then we had this hand drawn. I am obsessed with those photos of like collections people have. So I had our artist redraw some of them to make like a coloring book. So I picked a couple. So these are like little stationery, little vintage items, and that people photograph, because I love them. So I threw one of them in here. Just a bunch of little, I think that's a little Playmobil piece. So, and then self-care. A nice little bathtub. And I have a ton of different variations of this bathtub, so you'll probably see it again. A lovely birdie on a branch, some lovely florals, and then there's the answer keys are right here in the back. So those are the 2, the journal and the activity pages for this month. So one is $10, and then there's a $5 I can't think of the right word. I don't know why I'm losing my vocabulary, but if you are in the clubhouse, you would get the journal for included, and the activity pages are still $5. All right, let's review. Let's review Cori's notes. Make sure I'm staying on top of things. Clip and zip. Okay, so let's check in with our chat. Let's see. Okay, let me take a sip while I'm reviewing. Okay, before I jump in, I just want to review my freebie. Okay, the Reset Girl newsletter, which is my big newsletter, this was the freebie on that newsletter. So if you are subscribed, this is what I sent out. So this is the third of my little mini, I'm trying to help you build a little mini art gallery because I'm obsessed with having an art gallery now. I decided I must have a mini art gallery. So I've been making very small pieces. This is a 5x7, so it should be like that. So I took the honey that I made in the Dress the Honey series, and I turned her into a little piece of art. And then I made her into a little encouraging message. So all you got to do is cut her out and throw her into a frame just like that. So I wanted to show you that that's what I did. So I created her by hand, and then I made this art digitally for you to put up on your wall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till I have like a few more, I don't know, maybe 2 more of them, 1 more of them. And I'm going to create a collection of them and put them in the store. So if you have not been on my list and you would like to purchase them, you can do so. These are not lead magnets. These are not something I use to attract new subscribers, unlike the other one. These are different. This is a gift to people on my newsletter list because I've been a terrible newsletter hostess, a newsletter sender, a person who has a newsletter that's terrible. So these are gifts. Isn't that so cool? I got this frame probably from like the Dollar Tree, somewhere like that. So it was really cheap. And I got it because it's super light, because it's cheap. And that's the kind of frame you want if you hang things up in an RV. You want things very, very light. Although I probably will just like put this up on my desk. But I loved this really cool geometric print on this frame. Yummy. And the funny thing was, I had just found this frame in a box that morning, and then I needed to make a printable for the newsletter, and this is what I came up with, and it ended up being the size I needed for the frame, so it all worked out. So it is now on my desk. As a reminder, sometimes you might do this too, is you kind of think, well, that thing already exists, or people are already doing that, but you know what? It doesn't exist. It may exist, but your version of it, your style, the thing that you would do doesn't exist. And so rather than just say, well, I'm not going to do it because there's a lot of other people doing it, I tend to be like that. We should encourage ourselves to produce our version of it, to put our spin on it, because I think we perhaps could be cheating the world out of our thing, you know? And also, in that newsletter, I did ask for people to reply. I also asked for people to reply to the clip and snip. I'm going to really have a struggle with that. And I asked people to let me know, what are you creating? What are you working on? And it was so delightful that, like, Miss Margaret, she took the time to share a photo with me, let me know what she's been working on. That was lovely. So it is lovely that you take the time to let me know what you've been working on, and what you've been inspired by. Are you inspired by something I shared with you? Let me know. That's always good, because then I know I'm doing a good job. Keep it up. So, okay, so here's my let me see. Here's my honeys. I'm going to be doing a honey tonight. And I have been trying to keep them in order of how I started doing them. And I feel like these were not the first. I don't know. I feel like now I'm missing one. But we'll just pretend they are. So here's the girls. This is the first ones that came from February. See, that's what I'm saying. Where's my January girl? So here's February. Then we have this girl, and she's a girl that I just have from a big collection of honeys. These honeys have all been hand drawn for us, hand illustrated. And some of them are going to be going, a large portion of them are going into a coloring book or Dress the Honeys activity book. And she's one of them. That's why she has no header, which is actually kind of nice because I think I want to frame some of these. And so she's one of them. I am missing somebody. There's another girl that's missing from my collection here. I don't know where she's gone. That's a little alarming. I thought I had them all together. And then these girls are from our last evening together. So her little clutch turned out so cute. So there were some like fun little details, like her statement necklace and her fun little dress. So these were from our last Late Night Crafty Club. So I've been working on these. This is the freebie, as I pointed out. So when I was working on these, I've kind of been, I'm looking around because, oh, I know what I did with them. I went through my paper box, otherwise known as Mood, because I've been obsessively watching all my seasons of Project Runway over again. And I did do a clean out, and that really did help a lot. It freshened up my papers and gave me new ideas, which I highly recommend when you have any project. If you're a paper person, giving yourself like a fresh box to work from of paper, to me, no matter whether I choose my little Scrapture cards, whether I choose my pocket pages, whether I choose the honeys, Dress the Honeys, whatever my little project that I turn to, when I've given myself a really good paper stash, that is the foundation of my creative flow, my inspiration. It drives my creativity forward because I have something exciting to work with. And I tend to be a person that sticks to the same types of paper patterns. I am using the same paper for pretty much the last, I don't know, 7 to 10 years. That sounds terrible, but I do mix a little bit of new paper in, but for the most part, a lot of the paper in my stash is stuff I continue to use over and over. As long as I'm blending in a little bit of new stuff, it just freshens everything up. So it excites my imagination. It starts making me look at things differently. I love working some ephemera into my scrapbook paper. And I do have a very certain kind of taste or style that I kind of stick with. And I think that if you just focus on your paper, like if you're a paper person, if that's really a type of crafting you enjoy, here's a tip. I would really encourage you to spend time with your paper, especially because as if paper is a really big thing, and it does tend to be a huge resource when you're working with scrapbooking or just every form of paper crafting that you can think of. It's really a foundational thing. So when you have good paper to work with, it really does a lot of heavy lifting in your crafting when you think about it. It becomes the backdrop. It can become a lot of the embellishment. You can use punches and make embellishments from it. You can frame photos with it. It's just such a fantastic and inexpensive way to craft. So your paper stash can be the most important part of your crafting experience. Be more important than the embellishments, more important than the stickers, more important than that. I often feel like the best way to describe some of like the scrapbook stickers or embellishments, they can feel almost like the trendy accessories that kind of come and go, but your paper can feel more like your foundational basics in your closet that season after season, they're your go-to pieces. And really think about that. Think about, are you a person that really gravitates towards the same types of papers? Do you have like a papers that you hoard because you really love that particular paper? That's what I would say, is that you could kind of treat your paper like a foundational closet of like, here's my basics, the stuff that I really love, and then pick some new fresh paper now and then to kind of brighten up your closet. And then treat the other things as smaller and not as necessary, and focus on that one aspect of your crafting. This is where you can get stronger in something and develop an eye. This is, to me, the thing that really made my craft muscles, my creative muscles. This is where I feel like I did the best in terms of like growth. So, and it's the least expensive thing I buy. So this is where I would encourage you, if you feel like you feel like you struggle and you feel like you have a lot of stuff, but you don't use it, paper all day long. This is where I would say this is the thing that is worth buying. Not all paper is equal. Some paper is way better than others. I wouldn't buy stuff just because it's on sale. That's not a good reason to buy paper. That's how you end up with a lot of paper that you don't use. There's a lot of paper out there that tends to be very niche. It's very specific. It has patterns on it that don't work well unless you're doing a very specific type of craft. It's not a type of paper you could use universally across all things. There's types of patterns that have like little micro patterns, very small patterns that can work well across lots of things. And then there's types of patterns, and I actually don't have much of them in my box. That are like, here's an example. This one is very large. It's a very large pattern. This one I had to go out of my way to order it because it was no longer in stock. It was much older. I think this is a Heidi Swap paper. It reminds me of like a 1970s wallpaper, which is why I wanted it. I absolutely love this paper, but I don't use a lot of it when I use it. It's not something I could stick a photograph on it. Because it's so big, the pattern on it's so big. So I use it very sparingly and I use it very intentionally. So there's certain types of paper that lots of florals. I know they're very eye-catching and beautiful, but over time I've noticed, like, how do I use that type of paper? I tend to use big patterns for things like big projects, like a planner divider. That's probably the biggest thing that I make consistently, is like a workbook divider, a planner divider. That's something I would use this for, but it also would have to be kind of careful in how I used it, because I buy something like this and put a honey on it, especially a vintage honey, because it would feel like it fit the theme. But you can get crazy with having all these different types of floral papers because they look so great in the store, but then they're harder to work with when you get them home. So spend time with your paper, and like you could use that as like your craft time, your creative growth. There, I just made a connection to our theme. In March, spend time growing that aspect of your crafty game by going through your materials and start really asking yourself some questions about, like, do I gravitate towards this material? Do I use this material? Does this give me joy when I use it? Do I love it? Like those little enamel dots. I love those little dots. I did not realize how much I love them until I started doing a craft that like made sense to use them. Being someone who like was crafting in my planner all the time, they made no sense to use an enamel dot. But when I started making the index cards, then it was like, oh gosh, they're so fun to put on there. So that's when I realized how much I loved them. And even many years later, I'm still using them consistently. But it took a little while for me to realize that's one of my go-tos. So ask yourself, what's a go-to embellishment that's like a basic in my closet that I can use for anything and everything? If you're someone that just ends up with a lot of stuff, this is a good period of time to go through, is kind of sorting and looking through things, because we have a very exciting activity coming up this year, and you want to be game ready for it. So we want to go through our things and start stretching our creative muscles. And one of those things you can do is simply work with your paper, work with your materials, and start sorting things and looking at things and asking yourself, is this part of my team? Is this part of my crafting team? You know what I'm saying? So, let me see here. Okay. And indeed, Bethany, she says that's a good pattern for one of those split half and half dividers. Agreed. Totally agree. Especially like something with the dark wood that I love, that pattern. Okay. So what I had decided, I did some shopping pregame, and I have her from last week. So I have her, she's pre-colored, and I picked out this paper. I know it looks all crazy, but I picked out some paper for her to kind of play with. And then I colored her. She's another girl I went through. And then I picked her paper out. It's that. I know sometimes when you pick paper out, you're like, I don't know about this. And then this girl is another girl I colored. I did this chickie. I don't know. I wanted to do a little close-up. I have just been loving, and I am not a pencil artist or a marker artist in any way. And I'm definitely not trying to tell you that I know what I'm doing, but I have been having the most fun with coloring them in and working on the shading and getting makeup on them. It has been so fun. And so I have decided I am going to make a product. I'm going to make a sheet of their heads, and well, not a sheet. I'm going to make a product where you can color in their heads so you can practice putting makeup on them and do their hair, and then other body parts. So like working on legs, like have a bunch of legs to color in so that you can work on building different types of skin tone, because there's a trick to it, getting the right shades. Now, obviously, if you don't care about stuff like that and you're just like slap some beige marker on her and she's good, then that's fine. But I am loving it. It is so much fun to me. I could just sit there and color honeys and put makeup on their face and stuff. I just think that's the fun part. Not that the paper part isn't fun, but that it's fun all on its own. And that way you can develop like a recipe with your pencils and markers of what works for you. So I'm using a combination when I do my skin color. That is these two products together. So I'm using these flesh toned alcohol markers and then using the dark tones of this Black Widow pencil set. So that way I can get, so this is my very sloppy, I was just practicing. So I have like a pale honey, like a lighter skin formula, a dark skin tone, and then a medium skin tone. So I practice putting all the colors out so I can visually see all of my skin tones. And then I practiced layering the marker and the pencils and what kind of shading did I get out of it so that I could tell, okay, if I want to get lay down a base and then put contour on her, get a shadow on her, get blush, get like eyeshadow and lips. So, oh my gosh, it's like being like a 12-year-old again, because I used to do stuff like that in my coloring books. I had a Barbie coloring book and I used to love trying to put makeup on her. So that is what I think is so fun. So I will be getting that together and popping it in the shop, because I think if you have any interest in doing that part, you will really have fun doing it. And then when our, even if you use any kind of coloring book, whether you use our Dress the Honeys or whatever, you'll really be able to do something fun. And it's just like a training ground, because you can print these out as much as you want and not feel like you're going to ruin your coloring book. So that is that. I just wanted to show you I did talk about it last time. I wanted to show one more time what I did. So here's the girls. And I think what I'm going to do is start on this one first because I'm really eager to see how this one might turn out. And I'm going to, before I jump in though, I'm going to I'm going to look up the chat room really quick and see the chat room to see if there's anything in here that I know a lot of you guys talk to each other. So I'm going to see if I can get okay. So Mark created a little page. It's really cute for the Dress the Honeys. So like all the things that I used for that Dress the Honeys project are all kind of linked together. So the markers I use and the pencils, which I have been very happy with. So I would recommend them. Not all the markers are, there's mixed reviews on markers all over Amazon. And so I was a little nervous about buying the ones that I did, but I am really happy with them. And thank you, Bethany. She's in the seed packet. It's brilliant. So I had this little seed packet. It's like an empty packet. And somebody very sweet, it may have been, I don't remember who, Michelle may have been the one, Spencer, she may have been the one that sent this to me. Somebody in the community sent this to me. And I have had it along with a couple other ones. And so I wanted to see if I could turn this into what was I going to turn it into? A skirt? What was I going to do? I think it was a skirt. I was going to try and get part of this along the bottom here. So I'm doing a skirt down here and a top up here. This pattern paper was very interesting. So I wanted to see what can I do with this? And I just thought this would be something I would wear. I love something bright and like happy and then mixed with the black and white graphic. That's one of my favorite things. So I am going to start out with her. I'm going to grab my pattern paper so I can make my pattern. And as soon as I get my, I can, Deb, your question. Oh, and Deb, I know that you emailed me that question as well. So my recipe is based on these particular markers and pencils that I have. And I am kind of like in the middle of sort of perfecting what I'm doing. So they won't be perfect if you try them. I'm always kind of like fiddling with them, but I think I am going to do, I will put like a general, like a starting point, if you will, on the little printable that I put out there if you purchase this particular combination of product. But I think the principle of like everybody should, whatever markers or pencils or whatever you're using, everybody should do little test colors, whatever you have, so that you can visually see what you have and then start kind of like picking a very low base color, start with that, and then start building up. I find that for me to get something that looks very realistic, like she has shading here at her knees, because if you wore a skirt and then you took a photo, you would have a shadow at your knees because she's wearing a skirt. I know I'm not a super accurate colorist because I'm learning this and I'm sure better ways to do it. I'm just kind of guessing like she would have a shadow here. She'd probably have a shadow at her elbow. She definitely would have a shadow under her neck. So I'm just kind of testing my tools to see, well, which colors actually produce the best shadows. And I love the contour on her little cheeks. So those kinds of things I can point out. But I think if you really like this, I think it's really fun for you to test your little colors and stuff so that you can get like, maybe you like something different than I do. And that way you can be empowered to be, trying things, because I'm not a very good trier. If someone tells me like, this is what I did, then I'll just do what they did. And I won't tend to like, I'm not a super adventurous. So, but I do think it is good to have a baseline like what you're probably asking for. So, I'm forgetting myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and trace her top. Hello, Miss Margaret. Okay, so with her, she has her hand in front of her top, and I'm probably not doing this bow that she has on. I'm not going to do anything with that bow. I'm not going to try to recreate it or anything like that. It's already going to be tricky enough to work with her hand. So I'm just kind of going around. I'll lift that up. So see how her hand is like that already? So I'm just going to cut around her hand so that the shirt goes around it and her hand can stay in place. I'm making a 2-piece, so I'm going to stop that there. So you just kind of lift this up and make sure that you have what you want. Do I have the shirt that I want? Yes. And then I'm going to make her skirt down here. Margaret, I appreciated the email that you sent me, sharing with me your the little house that you made. It was really cute. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the pattern here for her skirt. Now that is the seed packet that I want to see where we can put that on the seed packet and see. Did I just say that? That we can, what can we get out of that? Okay, so how much of the writing can I get on here first? So I want to get, if I can, I want to get the seed coat on here. I'm not as concerned with the Lone Star. Sorry, Texas. So I can get about right there. I can raise this up a little bit so it will have this kind of like beige bottom to the skirt that's more white space, or I can keep raising it up. I do like the idea of getting every seed of plant on there. So if I do it that way, if I focus on this being part of the skirt, then I am going to have a predominantly yellow flower. So that would be very much the skirt color. It's going to be purple and yellow, which that's not at all something, that's not at all what I'd pick. That is such a collegiate combination to me. That's, what is that, LSU? Not that they're a wonderful school, but I'm just saying that's a color palette I would not choose. So if I didn't prioritize the text, I could kind of move this around and get a kind of a different color palette, move it up here. I could also go with maybe giving her like a belt up here. Maybe she has, garden as part of her skirt. So the top of her skirt is text heavy. Now, you have to think things through sometimes when you're making these decisions, because I am giving her a top that is already white and black. So if I do that and I put the white and black at the top of the skirt, then I am kind of creating an interesting, is that going to make that a challenge when I put her in a top that's also white and black? Is that kind of just like detracting from that feature? Is that going to make it crummy? Now, I got to tell you, so far, so for me, a color palette I would probably like is more like over here. So that means I'm going to get more of the Lone Star. So here's my options. I can come down here. I'm going to get more of this orange and what I would describe as more teal, orange and teal. Like that for me personally is a really, really favorite color palette, like color combo personally. I do love the poppy orange. I could take it up here, and then I would again have that possibility of that clashing with this top. It could go either way. I'm not quite sure. This is what's fun about vellum. It's what makes it so awesome for this kind of project, is you get to play around and get to determine ahead of time And what I would say when you go through your paper, if dressing honeys is fun to you, you know, it's very much like playing with paper dolls, only you get to design you're designing their clothes. If that's fun to you, I would look at your paper in a different way. Very like smaller patterns work much better for this. Things that are, you know, scaled down. Large patterns are not going to work as well for such small little pieces. So if this was your top, and I'm going to put this like, for instance here. So I'm going to try and get a really like symmetrical. I'm an asymmetrical person. I love asymmetrical stuff, but for this, I'm going to try to make it more symmetrical. See, and that word didn't even want to come off my tongue. All right, so I'm kind of trying to practice this. How would this look if I, you know, kind of put her in this? Here, let me bring it down here. This is where it actually would sit. So she'd have this really graphic black and white top and then a literal floral skirt. And I think I like that. I think if this was up here, let's just pretend. So she has this big chunk of white in between the two. I think this would be more cool if she had a different top. I just do. I don't know if I would be able to. Yeah, you can't really see it when you put it on black. So I'm going to trust my little instinct. As much as I love garments like that have like text mixed into them, I really love this top, the idea of this top with the floral, and I love that more. And I think that it would not work as well if I did what I was going to do. So I am going to, let me see. Am I going to? Maybe I'm not going to. Okay, I'm just going to cut it. This little seed packet, which has survived for a very long time, I am going to deconstruct it. It's lived its life in somebody's drawer, and now it's going to live a different life as a little paper doll skirt. How fun is this? It was 15 cents. I paid a lot more than 15 cents for some seeds. I was paying like $3 to $4 for packets of seeds. I just, we ordered seeds from Baker Creek. Does anyone order their seeds from Baker Creek? I know that they're very popular. Oh my gosh, this blue flower would be so cool, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on trying to get it down here on the bottom and just call it a day. So I'm going to get my repositionable glue. I'm going to try and keep them both out here because I feel like I have a habit of grabbing this one when I go to glue everything together. That means they're going to fall apart one day. All right. So glue down, glue down. Not literally glue down. Like glue stick down. Okay. All right. So let's talk as I'm doing this. Where's my notes? Where's my notes? All right. So what I am doing tonight is going to be a workshop one day. A more full-blown workshop, step by step, with some really cool ideas and printables. And it's going to be housed in an exciting event I have planned. What event? You may be wondering. I recently took some time to ask myself, what had I worked on in my TRG life that had made me so happy? You know, when had I been happiest? What had I done in my my past that had just brought me such joy, and I could focus on with like a lot of confidence and not second guess myself, not, you know, like I tend to do. And I just had this very strong moment of clarity that I realized that the thing that I loved and like passionately loved and had just would want to and focus all of my energy on and just my imagination on would be something you might be familiar with called Camp Reset. Hi, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club. Miss C, you have a super secret YouTube name, but we'll call you Miss C. Welcome, and I'm glad that you were able to catch the Reset Girl live stream, even though it's been a while. I am back. And I'm glad you happened upon my my crafting shenanigans. If you are crafting something tonight, please let me know in the chat room what you're crafting. Charmaine, are you crafting something? Bethany says she is packing her bags already. So I've done something I've never done before, my friends. There you go. Everyone calls you C. Then I shall continue the trend. I shall continue that. So I have done something I've never done before, and that is I have gotten started on Camp Reset Planning 2025. I have begun the official planning, and it is underway. So we are going to have Camp Reset this year. So I will be sending out a series of emails, all kinds of fun stuff. It is going to be hopefully the best Camp Reset I have ever done. I have all new tools, new platforms to work on, all kinds of like new stuff to bring to Camp Reset that didn't exist, you know, back when I first launched it. So we have like a whole new platform to host it on so that you guys can, when you sign up for it, you can actually keep all your workshops, you know, lifetime access, all the things that I couldn't do before. So all of that fun stuff that you loved about camp is coming back, but better. So, and I am planning it earlier than I've ever planned a camp. So it is going to be divine. And I cannot tell you how happy I wake up, how excited I am to work on it. It is, it definitely fills me with joy. It is it's my most favorite thing. And I think for the indefinitely, I think that is what I will be doing with the Reset Girl. I think the Reset Girl is going to be about Camp Reset, the Harmony Retreat. It's going to be about little mini retreats. It's going to be about, that's what I'm going to be about, because I think I don't know, am I good at it? I love doing it. I love taking you girls to imaginary camp. I love building a story for you. I love giving you an immersive experience. I love planning all the details. I love building it. I mean, I love everything about that. And I spend so much time in that storytelling, and this time is even better than I've ever done it. So, yeah, so I'm very, very excited, and I hope that you will be too. I hope that this will be a big comeback for Camp Reset. Look how awesome that looks. Isn't that cool? The little seed packet lives. It lives. I don't know what happened to my little trash can. I guess I didn't set myself up for success tonight. I stashed it somewhere else. So she has part of her outfit on tonight. Okay, so let's get the top on her. So I will be launching Camp Reset. Will be July 11th to August 10th. Take that with a grain of salt because I am notoriously terrible with dates during live streams. But I'm fairly sure I'm right about that. And there will be a camp orientation week leading up to it as well. So I'm going to see how planned I am. I actually have dates. I usually like hold out on you guys for stuff like that for quite a while, but this time I'm like, no, I actually have dates. I actually have something I can give you because I did ask, are you girls more of a June or July when it comes to camp? And by far and away, my feedback was July. So there you go. That's what we're doing. So I'm very excited. I'm going to ask a couple people if they're interested in contributing to workshops, and if not, then I'm going to, if no one takes me, if I don't get a buy-in on that, then I will be doing it all. But I can do it. I don't want to be the only one doing it because I don't think I'm, it's fun to have a little bit of variety in any type of event. But I have big plans for Camp Reset as a whole and growing it and just, growing it further out into like the craft world. So it is what it is the first year, and then we shall see what happens. So that's the big news. That's why I got my cap on. And I'm very, 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 very excited to be planning this. And I'm telling you this, February 28th, when have you ever known me, ever in 10 years of being able to say that so early into the year, be able to say it, and I'm saying it, I'm committing to it, and it is happening. It is happening. So I have her top on, her skirt on, and now I just need to get her some accessories, right? A girl can't go out into the world without some accessories and some shoes. I forgot that she needs shoes. She needs some kind of belt. Last time I put a belt on one of my girls that was like this type of belt. But I think this time I want to go with a belt that is like this. Like more of maybe something more that is text or numbers or something that is just like a little quirkier. Like this. So let me know in the comments, my sweet, sweet friends. Awesome, Deb. Well, I'm glad that you were right. The Kermit the Frog meme. Ah! That's what I'm looking for. We are going back to camp. So let me know in the comments, because I know a lot of you in the comments have been to camp. I've had 7 camp resets. So a lot of you have been to at least one of them. Tell me in the comments, what about that one? Tell me in the comments, what did you love about camp? What did you love about Camp Reset? Okay, so there's that one as a possibility. Some of them are like a little too narrow. Thanks, Denise. So I gotta find the one with the right width. That one is they're just too short. They're like just a little, they just need to be a little bit longer. Also, I have a terrible habit now. I just noticed that I keep looking over at the screen instead of the camera. And I used to be so good at looking at the camera. I'm so sorry. The camera is at this really odd angle. I don't know if that's doing it to me or not. Can I blame it on that? No, because I think I was doing that also with the other camera. That's kind of cute too, if I snip it. Sherry says, Jolene in the trunk. So Bethany's been to every one. Cool. Dawn says, movie nights were fun, but I loved it all. Diana says she's been to all the camps. Chris, how cool. I didn't know you'd been to camp. I mean, I know Janice was at camp and you guys did camp projects, but I didn't know you'd been to camp. So you were a Camp Thunderhead boy. He says that he liked the maps and how you could go to different areas on the map. I agree. That's the one piece that I need to figure out, is how can we incorporate the map? Because that's my favorite. One of my favorites is the map, and how can we use that map? Can we do that map? And thank you, Deb. She says you're so good at it, and I appreciate that very much. Susan says, what didn't I love about Camp Reset? They've all been fantastic. So yeah, I'm basically going to steal all your comments and put them on my testimonial page. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, I have been very bad about holding on to testimonials or tracking them, like keeping track of them. I have a very big favor. If you would be so inclined, I know testimonials I know that you're all very busy. If you wouldn't mind taking the time at some point in your busy life, is sending me a little testimonial that I can put on my website, I would be so, so, so grateful. Because I can't tell you for sure where all of my testimonials have gone. I've had different help over the years, and I'm not sure where everything is now, and unfortunately. And I've had beautiful testimonials, and unfortunately, it's just, I'm not sure. So I would be ever so grateful. And I know probably some of you are on the live right now have been one of those people who've given me a beautiful testimonial. But if you could send that to Cori@theresetgirl.com, I really would appreciate it, because testimonials are such a powerful way that people who don't know me would be inclined to be like, well, boy, people sure seem to like Camp Reset. Because I am a person who tends to read testimonials before I pony up my dough. Okay. Oh, there's Miss Grunecker in the chat. Floor says the 80s theme was so fun. Movie nights were great. I agree, Flora. The 80s themed camp that I did, I love that. That was the last camp that I did that was public, I guess. I would call it public. And it was, I think that was the Mini Me adventure, if I recall correctly. That was also an 80s theme. And I agree, that was a really fun camp. I definitely have a plan for the next 3 camps, including the next 3 camps. I have a plan for how I want to execute them, and each of them have like an era. So I thought that would be fun. Ooh, Denise. She loves to bury the body. Yes, I have some interesting little expressions, huh? The packing and the vintage suitcase, the Parent Trap one. I think we've watched Parent Trap 2 to 3 times out of the camps, right? I haven't made you watch it every single time, but we will be watching it the next time, because it's been a while. Excellent. Terry's never been to camp. Denise Thornton's never been to camp. Girls, I hope that you really enjoy it. I really think, and I think you will, because both of you are crafty, and both of you, you're in the clubhouse, you love the club. I really think you girls are going to love camp. Camp Reset is all about, it's all about stepping back into being 12 years old again. The spirit of being your 12-year-old self. And, just it is a fun, carefree experience. And I try to bring that out in all of the touch points of camp, and the experiences and the projects and all of that. Yes, Chris, that's exactly which camp that was the little Fisher Price. Well, Fisher Price, or you could make your own little person. That was the Mini Me adventure one. And that one I really loved that camp. That was a good one. I don't remember what year that was. Was that 2020? We had a camp. reset that was 10 weeks long. That was the longest. That was 2020. And then there were 2 camps after that. There was 2021, and we had one called Camp Joyful, which is part of the Reset family, the Camp Reset family. We had a camp where we watched the Goonies. So that was one of our camps. We had a movie night with the Goonies. Okay, so that is her little belt so far. And now she needs, I also have these fun little things here that I've never used. Almost like she has like a fun accessory on her. They're these little things. See how they're like little pieces of paper that are sewed up here? They're kind of like layered. Now that I've put that belt on her, now I'm like, oh, look, I found some other things I could stick on her. It doesn't really match, and it covers up her flowers. So we'll just leave those out. So I need to find her some jewelry. So I need to find the right colors. And fortunately for me, she has a top on that actually has this little pattern right here, and it has like lines right here. So I could use any of those to like help guide me in putting a necklace in there. So now it's just a matter of finding the right color palette. So not putting white on her. She definitely needs to have color. So that definitely is the right color palette. This feels like it came right out of her skirt. Let me see. Okay, let me show you. Look how perfect this skirt is with this. I think that's a really, really good resolution. Okay. So now it's a matter of picking the color. Obviously this like poppy color looks really good there. I don't know that I'm going to put earrings on her. Do I have a whole... Okay, so I don't have a sheet that has all of this poppy orange color. It's like... Scrapbook.com has these enamel dots, and these are done by this company right here. This one called Concord and Ninth. They make these sheets of solid colors. So they make little stamp pads, and they do these. And they're like matching. So like the same color lemongrass, you can get lemongrass enamel dots. I think that's brilliant. They would have a full sheet of this type of color. I am very sad I do not have a full sheet, because that looks like it was like someone color sampled that and made an enamel dot from it. So I have 4 of them to work with. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Okay, hang on. Her necklace just might be a little bit more, much more of a statement. It just might be very, very big. So I have, okay, what did I do last time? I started at the neck, and I have to tell you that actually worked really, really good. So I started here. So starting from the top and working down, if you ever try what I'm doing, I'm telling you now that is the way to go. And then, so I'm going to make it a little bit looser. Okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be super serious. It can just be something like that. That'll work. I wish I had some to match her little ears, but I don't think I do. Let me see what happens if I put these blue ones on her ears. These are the best I have for earrings and stuff right now. I don't hate those because it's still a color in her little, you know, in her skirt. So, one of the colors, right, no, it's just fashion. So Julianne said she liked the door hanger telling people to stay out. Yes, that was definitely a feature of camp, was the door hanger telling their family to stay out of their. Yeah, I think that's it. I got it on the first try. I think these will work. It's more reddish, but it's fine. So alcohol markers, which I had never used before, I actually really like them. I couldn't understand why everybody was so into alcohol markers when it came to coloring, like coloring books, but now I understand why. It dries very differently than watercolor markers do. And it's very, the color is very thin. You can kind of layer it better. It does behave differently than watercolor, and I have very much grown to appreciate it. All right, that one was pretty simple. I don't feel like she needs a lot. I put a lot of color, and it's very busy right here, so I feel like she doesn't need a lot. The one thing I might do is kind of like, oh, do you remember that dart that I did, and then I was really sorry that I did it? Should probably be mindful of that because I made her. I don't have the original, so I can't tell where the dart should be. How about I look at this girl? I use her as an example. So then we'll put this line and that line. Just something to offset like how flat she looks, very flat. Okay, so there she is. That one is done. I love her too. Thank you, Diana. Yeah, her little skirt turned out cute. So it just is a thought for you. Ephemera, you know, just like the strangest things can end up being something so fun to dress your honey with, you know, to make paper dolls, however you want to look at it. And that could be something that just it's so charming. So charming. Okay, so here's the other one that I wanted to try doing. So with this girl, okay, so this is to me it is a weird combination that I have going here. So we'll see how this works out. So I found this paper, in my stash. It is like torn, but because it's so small, I think it will fit on here and I can make a shirt out of it, like a top. And then the bottom part of it could be a skirt. So I kind of see it like this. I don't know if I'll like it when it's all said and done. I feel like it's a little quirky, which is, I like that. I tend to, while I have these out, I'm going to pull my colors now that I will like for her shoes or whatever she's going to need. I don't know what kind of, it's kind of hard to tell because I don't know if I'm going to end up sticking with this skirt or not. I might change my mind once I do it. Okay, so let's get her pattern. Let's pattern her up. Okay, she can fit on here. So we're gonna do her little top. And I'm gonna bring that top all the way to the bottom here because there's like there's like a band going around her waist, so I'm going to take it to the bottom one. She has a band here. So obviously when you have details on your clothes, you can choose to ignore them. You don't have to do anything to honor them. Obviously they're more specific to, like, when you're coloring, you could, adapt to them, but I'm probably not going to. I'm going to add them to this. I should have done that with the other. Okay, so I think that's going to work for the top. And then I'm going to do the bottom here. So, and I have a little accessory on her. She's got a little purse. So that will be interesting. So there's my skirt and my top. I feel like I have more control with the little cutter bee scissors with these. I don't know why. Vellum is a very satisfying thing to cut. It's kind of like almost like plastic paper. So maybe that's what it is. It has like a plastic feel, but it feels, I don't know, feels good. Hi, Leah. She says, I participated in the 2020 camp. It was great. I still have my book with my badges. Yay! Yeah, we got to keep the badges. The badges have to stay. What's camp without badges? So I definitely have some new things planned to make this camp special, because every camp, I want each camp to have a personality. But I think, in the past, one of the things that made camp very hard is I felt like I had so many other things that I was trying to do. And if I didn't have other things to do, maybe, and all I was doing was camp, then it would look different. I would be able to do it in excellence, and I would be able to make each one bigger and better and just awesomer every year. So, with this kind of opportunity to kind of make it be my biggest focus, I don't know, that's pretty exciting, because I loved it so much. I just couldn't keep it up all by myself, doing it as much work as it takes to put on. I just couldn't do that and everything else. So it was kind of like something had to give. And so I kind of felt like if I had a membership, it would kind of flatten camp across the year. And although it wouldn't be camp, we would do a lot of the content. So that was my thought process of like, let's try doing it that way. And now I've been doing that for almost 5 years. So I think it's time to bring camp back into I think it's time to snip snap. Okay. All right. So this girl, she is going to get a top from this. So now here's the test. I really wanted that while you were out to be part of it. And so how much of it can I get in here? And she's going to get part of this thing here at the bottom as her. So what I want to do is I want to be mindful of like where this pink box is going to line up on the shirt. So I kind of want it to like feel almost like it's a band going across, and I want it to be kind of even. So like this little slice of tan here at the bottom, I want that to be kind of even, not kind of like, what am I trying to say? I want to make sure I cut this out in a way that this pink thing looks interesting. I wasn't sure how this was going to fall. Like I wasn't sure if I wanted to put like urgent in there, because there's different ways in which you can move your piece around, right? This one, not so much. I was really, really going for this while you were out, but I do want to be mindful of where this is going to lay. Oop, Cece's getting dinner. Cece, didn't you do this before where you were out getting dinner? during the Late Night Crafty Club. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. I'm going to make my commitment. I did not glue it down though, so hopefully I can hold it down hard enough that it won't slip. Also, Cece, if you're still there, I noticed that you had also joined the Clubhouse recently. So thank you. I think since the last late night, or maybe the one before that, I had gotten some new members. I appreciate that. Good night, C. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of cut that one there and then come up this side. And then cut here. Okay, so I think I have cut everywhere. Oh, nope, I missed a corner right here. All right, so there's while you were out. That's fun. So there's her while you were out top. Now, the only thing I messed up, I feel like, is, did I do that? No, I just didn't have it turned right. Okay. So while I have it here, I'm going to add the little lines because I want to make sure that those are important, and I don't really feel like it's ruining the top. I think that it shows movement on her body, and I think that's really important. To me, that makes it look more real than it just being a flat piece of paper sitting on top of her. She looks more like a, what do you call it? A paper doll. I'm not doing a very good job of adding these lines. Okay, so I have her on there. Now I'm going to do the skirt. Now the skirt is the interesting thing, is I, for some reason, thought like this had possibilities. I don't know though. This feels like it's going to be super weird or quirky. And maybe I've been watching too much Project Runway because sometimes they do pick out hideous fabrics and I'm just like, what were you thinking? It's so fun to watch that show and be judgy about their fabric choices. They're given like 30 minutes to pick a fabric. I don't know. I don't know what I would pick in 30 minutes. I take forever to make a decision. So I'm probably being incredibly unfair. Okay, so I just need to chop out the part where her little hand is fitting. All right, Diana, if you don't mind wonky seams and how many times I have to pull out my seam and stitch it again. Okay, so let's see. See, I just think that looks super artistic and just, I don't know. She's like an art school major, right? She's just making her own rules about fashion. That's what I think. She needs I feel like she needs a fun collar. And, ooh, did I just have a fun collar here and didn't even mean to have a fun collar? Almost. Okay, this fabric right here, this right here is what she needs. So, okay, somehow I got to figure out how to do this. This is like the perfect little tiny detail because it looks like little stitches. I just can't wrap my head around how to get it onto this, how to get it on here. Oh, it's like the back of the shirt is like that. That's funny. Okay. How do I get it on here though? How do I do that? Where's the pattern of her shirt? Okay, so all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to we have frogs on this property and they all of a sudden woke up or whatever they were doing and they are so happy to be awake and they are just chirping up a storm out there. Kevin, do you guys have frogs awake now where you live? These are some happy frogs, and there's a lot. They are so loud. You know, when I was down with, where my mom was, she lived in the suburbs. There definitely was not a lot of little toads living there. Okay, so basically what I did is I just redrew the line where she actually had a collar, and now I'm cutting out the collar with this fabric because it's so cool. That means I'm going to be cutting into my little shirt pattern, but I'm going to do it. Ooh. Okay, now I can't get the vellum off. Oh, goodness. Melissa says, I love frog chirping. I can't wait to hear them at our house when we go in April. Good night, Susan. Not yet, Chris says. Not yet in Tennessee. We have tree frogs, a whole orchestra, Misty says. Yeah, I was actually quite surprised that it's, it's still February. And I know it's pretty warm. Like, I have my windows open right now. Okay. Get it on the shirt. Okay, that is cool. That little detail just makes the shirt just like next level. For me, I just really like that. I wish I just could freestyle this, not have to like draw out every little thing. I think it would be harder to try to get it on our sleeves though. I'll just leave it off the sleeves. It's kind of like a yoke, that's on her chest. I'll leave it like that. Okay, so let's get this on her body and make commitments here. What's going on? Are you my boom mic operator now?
I'm trying to get this out of your way. I have not been able to accomplish that yet.
Okay. All right. She's super cute. Now, I need to find... I forgot to color in her little headband. I just realized. Okay, I think I'm going to give her like a fun belt if I can. Something... No, that's a distraction. Okay, her fun belt can't be a distraction from all of this though. So maybe I can't give her a fun belt because it would chop her up and it would distract from the other fun details that she has. So and why are all my little strips just like narrowly too short for these honeys? Everything I try is like just the smidgiest smidgen. The smidgen too short. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. The only thing though is it ceases to be cool. Okay, that's pretty cool. If I covered up the green spots with this, that's pretty cool. It means I'm going a different direction, but I feel like this beige paper, which is really not beige paper, it's like dictionary paper. Let me show you what I'm saying. So like is that too narrow though? Maybe it's too narrow. Do I have something else? What can Mr. MacGyver says to fill it in black marker. Like if I put it here, then no. I guess I could at the top maybe. Let me do it and then see if it actually will. This is white. Okay, I'm going to use my oil-based ink. Oil can. Because this, I don't know, this just sounds like it's more serious, like it's going to work better. wrong. I don't know. This ink is scary. Okay, that ink doesn't want to go. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a Sharpie marker would be strong enough, but maybe I'm counting it out before I've tried it. So let's see. Because all I gotta do is just get a little bit of this covered up. So maybe I'm just not being fair to the Sharpie marker. Yeah, I wasn't being fair. Ooh, that's where the skirt wasn't filling in. All right. Okay. Now let's do that. Okay, so now that I'm looking at assessing this again, I kind of feel like that is better than the green. I'm liking that better. The only thing is, I need to trim this so it goes with the line of the skirt. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna pull this out more. There we go there. And then here. What's going on? I almost cut this wrong. Right. It's really tricky when the honeys are always standing at weird angles and stuff, you know, because they're models and they're standing on their back leg or they're twisting their bodies. So you have to adjust your cutting and stuff, and it's just not always going to be perfect. I don't know. I think I like that better than the green. So that's how we're gonna. That's very cool. Now, I do have a thought. This green right here is actually a really close. I want to put these little green dots in here, I think. I think that would be so cute. I am ready to apply for Project Runway. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Project Runway. Without Tim Gunn, you know, they're going to have Heidi back, but not Tim. I don't know. I don't know if that's... that doesn't seem right. The other thing that drew me to this paper was the fact that it's so dark and I could write on it with a white pen. I'm not sure if I still want to do that, but I could if I wanted to. So it's a possibility. So the color that I feel drawn to in this is this kind of like green color. The caps, I wish they were accurate. They're probably not going to be accurate. So let me grab a couple. Okay. So let's do some sampling. So the one I have the most hope for is this one. That one is really, really, really close. Like really close. Like almost I nailed it. So let's make sure. That's too spring greeny. That's too grass greeny. Yeah, that's not the right green. All right, I think we have the green that we have. So let's do our headband. Kind of like an army. It's like an olivey green. That's on there. Let's do her little bracelets because apparently she's a matchy girl. And the shoes. This is like 1962. And we're matchy. Actually, let's make it 1965. That's a better year. Okay. Okay. Now, this bag right here. What do we do with this bag? I don't know. I don't know. Do we have a leather bag? Is it like a brown? I don't know. What kind of colors did women have back then? I feel like do they just have a brown, a basic brown color? That is a chisel tip. I don't like that tip. So this would give her a color like the color of her top, which would be very matchy-matchy. I think what I'm going to do is make it that color on the outside. Oh my gosh, listening to those frogs out there makes me feel like I'm living on the bayou. It is very, it's very chirpy out there. Okay. Here's what I was thinking, and I don't know if I have the right. What I was thinking was I would try to do is put something in that little space. I don't know if I can pull it off because that is certainly a little piece, and also, but you never know. So back to camp. I already have a theme. I already have a theme. I already have the badges and challenges developed. How fun is that? I already know what my workshops are going to be. So, yeah. Yep. I am way ahead of the game. It's a miracle. Okay, I think this is going to work. It's very subtle, but it's just like a little detail. You know what the pink and beige reminds me of, Cece? It makes me think of like, I don't know why. It makes me think of like candy. Why would I think of it like that? There is no pink and beige candy. It's like that Neapolitan candy, but it's not beige. I don't know. I can't explain it. All right. I do think at some point I'm gonna think of something to do with her skirt. Probably add like little dots or something. I think I will at some point. Okay, so I did 2 girls tonight. They are very fun. Where's my other girls? I think what I'm gonna do is, until I have like a real plan for them, like to put them in a frame, because I think some of them I want to frame, and this is kind of the thing I want to do in a workshop, is show you like really cool ideas to do with them. Right now I'm still trying to figure it out, like, and then how would you do that? So I want to figure that out and then put it together in a cool workshop. So this was a fun, like I loved how their stuff turned out. Like I love her skirt. That was so cool. And then she was so awesome how her outfit came together. See, I love looking through them. They just bring back such sweet memories watching how they kind of all fell together, their outfits and stuff. And I want you to have that experience. I need to find my other girl. I do not know. She is on the loose. She escaped. I need to put out an APB. She is somewhere, and I can't even think what outfit she has on. I can't even describe her to the police. Wow. I would make a terrible eyewitness. I can't even tell you. So look at my girls. They're so cute. So I definitely want to give them a photo shoot so that I can, it's kind of hard to translate this and make people understand. Like, you're looking at girls that are wearing paper, for Amazon to try to. But does that make you want to try them too? Make them too? Oh, Jan, I would do no such thing to you. You would sick that cricket on me. I am not messing with you. I am going to be hosting a camp reset July 11th. You can mark it in your calendar. Done and done. You can bring your fabulous 80s set. In fact, Jan won our was it a costume? It was like a 80s costume contest. She won that with a fabulous outfit that was inspired by Girls Just Want to Have Fun. So yeah, here's my lineup. I'm going to do something to her skirt. It'd also be kind of cool to write something on her top, maybe. I don't know. I want to do something with her. I just don't want to push myself right now. I want to let my little creativity flow. She's so cute. Yeah, I'm in love. I'm in love with a wonderful honey. Okay. Yeah, I'm in love with them. I love them. So thank you for watching me go down this wonderful little road. And Melissa says, I went down the junk journal rabbit hole during the camp with the junk journal workshops. Well, we'll be doing some more of that, right? Because I think, for the most part, I think every camp had a little junk journal workshop of some kind. I just want to improve upon things I've done, offer better options, like take something I've done and elevate it. That's what I'm doing. So, you guys, I'm excited, and I'm glad you're excited, because that's been a thing, and I'm pretty confident there is no such thing as a camp reset out there. No one has done it, done it like me, and so I care about it so much, and I will show you in July what I have been working on all these months. So I will be starting a whole series of emails, and I will be giving you little fun, delicious, savory little updates. So you definitely want to be on the Reset Girl newsletter. And I will be doing little fun things on this channel to show you what is going on, like little projecty things, how I'm getting ready for camp, and how you can get ready for camp. Okay, you guys are the best. Thank you for letting me share that and being excited, because it's for you for sure, and it wouldn't be the same if I was the only one excited. Thank you, Diana. You know what it is I love putting on fun things for you girls. I love it so much. I realize that is really what it is. I just love putting on stuff for you. I've been very very blessed to have a community, and it is such a joy to do camp and to think of all those little details and those fun things, and to imagine like how somebody would interact with camp, and are they going to like this, and this is going to be so fun, and I don't know, that's just like the best. And that's what I want to do when I grow up. I want to be a camp director forever. We'll all be little old ladies and little old men imagining we're at camp. Maybe we won't have to imagine that hard. Maybe it'll feel very real by that time. So I say it again. It's a good time. This will be a very gentle goals is to really start going through your little craft things and starting to hone and refine them, because now you have a reason to. And if you're in the clubhouse, if you join the clubhouse, if you are in the explorer level of the clubhouse, I just released the 3-phase warm up to camp reset. So for the next, 90 days? I gave like a little plan of how to like warm up all the way to camp, through camp, and how to like break down the next few months of before we get there and how that would look. And so that was last Saturday. I had a tea party and I produced that printable. So our tea party members actually our explorers actually got to hear this announcement. They got to hear my little backstory, and I shared with them that we were having camp and that they were given this printable to be like a guideline for them so that they could start getting ready for camp. So when you're inside the membership, this kind of like guidance and prep work for that is just going to be, there's a little more hand holding and just more mindfulness about camp is coming. So because the membership will continue through camp and all of that. So anyway, so yes, let's see. Yes, we've had campers that are older than that. So we'll be older than that when we'll continue being older, and still having camp. So, let me see here. Thank you so much, my sweet cousin, for sticking through the whole show, you little sweet pea. And thank you for all of you for being here with me another Friday. So in the description, hopefully, there is the link to the calendar. You will see, and if you are on the Clip and Snip newsletter, I've sent you the calendar. If you are in the TRG newsletter, I sent you the calendar. So you've been given a calendar in both newsletters also, so that you will see the dates for the next Late Night Crafty Clubs in March. So the 14th and the 28th. And we will be getting our crafty on it. And it will feel like a very long time before I see you again. So hopefully by then I will have a little like practice coloring product for you if you are interested in getting your little coloring on and practicing your skin coloring skills, because I am. It's definitely been fun to do, and if you are interested, then you should have something to practice with. And thank you, Chris and Janice, for hanging out with me, and thanks, Jan, for showing up. That was nice timing. You don't always show up, and when you do, look, it's about camp. So, and great, Liza, I'm glad that you are excited. I'm glad you're all excited. Thank you so much. And before you go, give me a thumbs up, Cece says. I always forget to mention that. And thank you, Margaret. And thanks for replying back to my newsletter and showing me your cute little house and letting me know. So thank you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. It is just Friday, so you have all weekend to, yes, do all those chores that you don't get done during the week. But I hope that you make time for your self-care, which includes creating. It's good for your mental health. And do something fun for yourself, with your family, with yourself, and all that good stuff. And I love your little face, and I'll see you in the next Late Night Crafty Club. Mwah! Bye, everybody.
Gather round, it's Friday night. Time for crafts and pure delight. Paper, scissors, let's get started. With vintage tape, we'll be wholehearted. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. and whimsy arrows, crafting magic like true heroes. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Doodads and gumballs, let's create a scene. Join the club where we live our dreams. So grab your scissors and come along. Together we'll craft and sing our song. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Slip into jammies, grab something to sip. Stickers and golden scissors, let's take a crafty trip. The playbook's open with listers got a list. In this crafty paradise our dreams coexist. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Cards and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scrapture cards help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty show? Hearts and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scrapture cards help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty show? It's all